What's going on, Legion? As usual, like always, we're actually doing a lot of Jinjer. I already had one recorded and ready to be uploaded. By the time, like if you watched the last Jinjer thing, you knew that I went to respond to all the comments, and then what the hell? Somebody like linked something or said something that completely took me off task, and then I just never checked out the other fucking comments for like 3 days or something like that, and I completely forgot to just do all comments, not just Jinjer, but everything that had happened that week. I completely fucking spaced out and forgot. And so by the time I actually got back to those comments and people were like suggesting the things they liked, I already had a video recorded and ready to be uploaded. So, but with that, we got Crowd Factory official DVD trailer. Now, it's weird that it's a DVD trailer, but it looked like there was actually some music and some actual playing going on. So I don't know what that actually means. I kind of skimmed ahead. It looked like there was some music. And the part that I skipped to, which was like right... Okay, so you got some talking right here. I skipped to like right here, and there's like some music. So I was like, Pog, well, check that out. It looks like there's going to be a lot more music going on. So I'm down. I'm down to truly just check out anything they're doing. If you guys want to see like behind the scenes stuff, if they've like done like Netflix, Instagram, or any of those kind of like how 21 Pilots used to do the Vine stuff. If they have anything like that they've uploaded that's just kind of them hanging out or interviews of like that, you can link that stuff as well. I love checking out the stuff that's not just the music, but who they are and what they're about. I'm always down to see that stuff as well. So with that, let's just get into Crowd Factory. I'm kind of excited, and we're doing it. Like I said, we're doing a lot of Jinjer. It's pretty much been, I think, a reaction every week from them. Yeah, it's just how much I'm liking them right now. It's really good. So let's go. Like, get into it, check it out, see what it's all about. Let's hope it's good. I don't know if I said that, but we gotta say it every time. We have to. It's in my personal contract.
Изначально Jinjer не задумывался как коммерческий проект.
Это как раз вот образ жизни.
Бывал ты на концерте какой-то группы или посмотрел там в живое выступление, сразу там хочется что-то делать и там поиграть на гитарке, что-то накинуть.
Все это в совокупности, оно как бы влияет на нас, влияет на то, что мы играем, как мы играем.
У нас есть яйца, так что мы добьемся своего.
Alright, maybe interviews wouldn't be the best thing because it's going to be subtitles. But I'll check it out nonetheless. Yeah, they all look like a bunch of fucking crazy, insane people. I love it. I actually have something to say after this video. Pretty textbook. Crazy, soft. Wagging her ass. It's so good. Dude, it's fucking epic right there. Oh yeah, dude. Dude, the guitar is so fucking good. Dude, that dude's killing it, man. That's so epic. I like how it has that heaviness, but then it also the like the non-heaviness guitar, right? Like heavy guitar, heavy music, that's all cool and fine. But you introduce that like that old school like rock and roll type of guitar sound, which that kind of reminded me of. That was pretty cool because like everything else was kind of more of still the heavy, the drums and everything else was still more of a heavy kind of feel to it, but the guitar part was super like piercing through what the crazy heaviness was. That was good. Now, usually when I compare a band that is newer specific to another band that's not like super old or whatever, people get a little like about it, but the opening, her vocals in the beginning reminded me of one specific band, and that was Pantera. Like I'll go back and maybe like let's not do the talking. Let me see if I can point it out real quick. I don't mind listening to it again either. Excuse me. I should have I went back too far. The guitar. I didn't realize the guitar at the beginning. Yeah, there. That's really good. Not this part. This is like what we expect from this kind of band. Here it is. This, for the most part. Not so much. Yeah. So again, not like crazy, but this is a good scene right here to kind of point to. It was specifically the music. Her vocals were a little bit, I think, a little bit more heavy consistently, but the way the music was, the way she was moving, and the tone, maybe not so much the overall. Excuse me, God, I got a cough. Not so much the overall, like the part that she's saying, the whole thing. It's very heavy, but the tone of kind of the heaviness reminded me of, again, with that, the up and down, the way she was moving specifically, and the way the band sounded, it for a moment, it just flashed of like Pantera, right? That kind of energy, and the way the band was just kind of moving. Like, again, her vocals were a little bit more heavy concurrently through that whole segment compared to what, the lead singer from Pantera might have done it, which might have been like it might have been a little different. Like, hers was more of just a growl the whole way through. But that's the kind of thing again, and I think that's a good comparison. Pantera, it's a one of a kind band. You just can't. You give them their due. You recognize their talent. You say, holy fuck, they were incredible, and there'll never be another one like them. And to even like to do their own style, but still give you that feeling of them doing something just as incredible in their own lane that reminds you of another great band before them, I think that's a good thing. I think that shows that they're doing not only their own awesome stuff, but they have some of the same energy, the same life that made that band in their way incredible. They have a similar feel. I don't want to say like the band is the same, because it's not. I just want to say that the energy and the incredible vocals and musical work done by the band, it's the same kind of epic feeling you got when you listen to somebody else. Again, not the same style of music or the same, this song sounds like this song. I want everybody to make sure that I'm not trying to say that. It's just that specifically, I will say that her moving like that definitely reminded me of the lead singer from Pantera a lot, because that dude was insane and he was everywhere. And I think that if you're going to be compared to somebody, that, as far as performing, maybe not his personal life, but I think that's a good comparison. I think that shows that they're incredible. And the reason why I'm making that comparison is because there's a lot of people that have tried doing what they're doing, right? Some people aren't going to respect a female vocalist. That's just how it's going to be. Oh yeah, the band's good and she's all right, but it's a girl, whatever, and it's not going to sell that much. That happens. There's a lot of people that have done kind of the low, the clean, the dirty, the clean, the dirty. With Skill, Murdermint, I think, is another group, but I actually haven't heard anything from them in forever. I also am not looking, but there's a lot of bands that have kind of done what they're doing, but have failed. And this is like, my personal opinion is there's a lot of people that have come out. There's a lot of bands that have made their way on the scene, popular or not. That's irrelevant. And you go, okay, it's another one of them, right? It's another this genre band. This genre is shit out another band. I remember when high school and into my early 20s, bands like Knights of the Abyss and stuff like that, and Here Comes the Kraken, fucking were everywhere. My friend had like indie games, right? Games that aren't made by like, Bungie or EA or Bethesda, but indie games, or indie films like Sundance that don't have the money. Indie is the people that aren't connected to a big studio or a big company and get that money, right? That's what indie is, the people that do it on their own. And my friend had what felt like an indie band. People going to bars or small clubs like this, not because they wanted to or they were giving back to their fans, because they had to, right? And it was like he had like an indie, like, was it metal, or I don't even know what specifically this genre would be classified as. Screamo. He had like an indie section on his computer in his iTunes, and they were all bad. They were all bad, all of them. Minus like Knights of the Abyss is the only one that I heard from like his huge list. That and Here Comes the Kraken, where I'm like, all right, you got some stuff I like. Fucking Dragon Pie. Okay, I see you. I fucking see that song. But like, I don't really like, it's Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer's another good song. I think it's by them. But I don't listen to them regularly, right? Like I haven't listened to them in 10 years, maybe less. But the point being is like, everybody's kind of done this. And it's like, what's the saying called? They're a dime a dozen. Yeah, they're a dime a dozen. The style of bands that come out that try doing what they're doing right now were everywhere, and they just, some were good, some were all right, some had a hit or two, and that's it. And for the most part, I look at this genre as not the best genre, because there's not a whole lot of people that come from the genre that ever make it to, I don't know, notoriety of any kind of, extent, right? And the ones that are good, they're good. It's whatever. But when you get to this band right here, this whole blabbering I'm doing, this band right here, I don't feel like it's a product of the genre. Like the genre is just shitting out another band, or they're going to be here 1 minute and be gone the next. I was talking about this with 21 Pilots. They did everything on their own for the most part. No studio bullshit. They did their own songs with their own messages, and they even, criticized radio-friendly songs. They even made a song that said this song feels like hollow because it's the one that's going to be played on the radio. Don't trust a song that's perfect. And so like there's a lot of bands that have done what 21 Pilots has done, but they've never made it. They're gone. But they had something. The lead singer, the music, the message about self-harm, mental health issues. That's kind of what their message is about, and people need that in their life, right? And so they've made it. They're that breakout band. And I don't think I've ever really saw a band in this genre or genres that they kind of maybe bleed over to two different. I've never seen a band that's ever meant anything besides Jinjer, I think. There's like their stage presence, the music, the singing, the presence that the lead singer brings with her. The fact that she's a girl and and I look at it and going, it doesn't matter. Like, I personally don't care either, but I think there's a lot of people that harp on that stuff. She just sings like good music. It's real crazy, and I think a lot of this stuff, I don't really say it on my reactions a whole lot, but there's a lot of people that are products of a genre or a way of doing things that never make it. 21 Pilots has the talent, has the skill, has the songs, has the lyrics, and the message that made them stand out. Jinjer, in their genre, they're literally, it's a dime a million. Not even a dozen, it's a million. They're all like, a lot of them are bad. Like, let's be real. And it's crazy to actually witness a band right here. If any other band would have sang live right there, I probably wouldn't have liked it. Probably. It's crazy how these performers, the bass, the guitarists, the drummer, sound incredible live. She sounds incredible live. I mean, let's be real. Like, there's very few people that are as good as like the Muse live. They're considered, I think, one of the best bands live ever. And there's like you could like AC/DC could have been here live. I probably would. I've listened to a lot of their live stuff, so that's a bad example. But I've listened to Avenged Sevenfold live, especially the newer one, after Nightmare. I love them. I really do. They're in my top 10. Like, I was there when Backcountry came out, man. Like, that band is solid, but it's studio solid. His voice very much wanes, at least on the ones that I listen to when he's live, especially newer. And if I would have listened to them live here, the guitarist is like one of the best ever. Come on. He's like the Zakk Wylde of like this generation. He's so good. But live, overall, they would have been like, okay. It's crazy how her voice, even if it's like something I'm not really like, like listen to her live. Right there, the like, just I'm not gonna actually try to sing it. I'm just gonna kind of go through it. Even that, it just, you can hear it. There's actually a note in there, right? And to be able to actually hold a note, and it's like, you can still hold a note. You can not like the note, like Mariah Carey. Let's just assume that this is back in like 2000, and she can still hold a note. You'd be like, yeah, but that's not my style of music, or it's not pleasant to hear. Jennifer Hudson holds a note, and it's like, oh my God. You know, they said that she's the next Whitney Houston, right? So when you hear her hear a note, it's pleasurable to the ear. There are people that can do what she does, and sometimes live, it just isn't pleasurable to hear. For whatever reason, for me, the way she sings, I like to hear it in general. There are some bands like Avenged Sevenfold or whoever else that it's like, it's album only, it's studio only, right? And it's very crazy to find. All I'm trying to say with all this talking is that they have the it factor that makes them not a product of the genre, but they're defining the genre that they're in. I think that's a good way of putting it. My voice is also going out from all the talking I'm doing, so I'm going to stop talking. But that's kind of how I view it. There's a lot of people that are just, they have their moments, and then it's, you know, they make their moments. It's a whole different way. I can't put it into words, I guess, without making this video super long. I'm sure a lot of you understand what I'm saying. To have the it factor, I think, is the easiest way to explain it. If you don't know what that means, you can always ask in the comments, and someone can, you know, tell you. Or you can go watch, you know, X Factor with Simon Cowell, and he can explain what the it factor is. It's a Hollywood thing, right? The it factor is you just have it all, man. You have the tone, the look, the style, the presence, everything. What makes you an actual star, a real band. I would put them up there. The only reason why they wouldn't be up there with like AC/DC or something like that is because they're not the worldwide renowned holy shit edition of the genre. AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, Led Zeppelin, they, again, in their respective genre, they defined their genre. They weren't a product of it. And people loved them. And they toured worldwide, and they were everywhere. What makes them, you know, the next stage is becoming world renowned. That's what that is. I think they're pretty freaking good. I was going to all right, but I think they're up there. They're in my top 10 favorite for sure. Easy. I put them next to AC/DC as something I listen to one then the other. But also AC/DC has legacy, right? They've been around for a lot longer. They've done a lot. And you can't beat Angus Young. You just can't. Sorry. He is the number one performer as a guitarist and a good guitarist, but 4 strings, people get really angry. But he is the number one performer as a guitarist and one of the best guitarists, I think, for a band ever. And it's hard to top that. Plus, the lead singer and him fucking losing his shit. She's the only one going real crazy. Everyone else is doing the fucking the headbang. There's the it factor, but they could also go higher, I think. If they went even higher, it'd be a knockout. They'd be insane. And I love it. But yeah, that's just all I kind of have to say about it. Like I said, they have the it factor. They have the whole defining the genre, not being, created by it, which I think is a good way of putting it, like I said. And it's just crazy. I guess the other way to phrase it as well is you can actually see and hear the talent. And not just her vocals and her stage presence, but the whole band, as a whole unit there. You can actually see the talent. Some people, I feel like, in this genre stumble upon a hit. I think they're creating hits easy. It's just, I don't know. We're at 22 minutes, and I'm going to end the video right now. All I'm saying is, I keep saying it, is that there are just some people that are just there, and I haven't seen. This is what I wanted to say the whole time, and I never said it. In the last 10 years, I've never seen someone in this genre or really in new music actually come out with real talent. Like, look at Greta Van Fleet. They did a song called When the Curtain Falls, but they're inspired by Led Zeppelin. So they're not really their own thing. They're inspired something, and they sound like them, right? Avenged Sevenfold, Backcountry, City of Evil, incredible. Nightmare, also really good. But where have they gone? Where is their stardom at, right? They have talent, and there's other people that have had talent, but then you look at like the Taylor Swifts and stuff like that in the pop genre or the country, and there are people that are songwriters that sell those songs to those artists. So, and I know she writes her own stuff, but still, there is a country songwriter that sells majority of music. The biggest hits are usually written by like 1 or 2 people or non-performers. So it's really crazy to find someone, a band, a group, whatever, that comes out that actually has talent, that makes their music, and with the stage presence. Like I said, 21 Pilots is good, but I don't feel the same way about them as I do about Jinjer, right? And everyone in this genre, for the most part, I don't feel has that overwhelming talent, or like, as Simon Cowell would say, that star power. So that's just kind of what I'm trying to ramble on and say. I'm just happy to find an actual band that seems like they have real talent, and it reminds me of the golden age, whether that's old school rock that had their hits and what made them popular, or Pantera and that genre being reflected in a today generation with that kind of talent. I guess I should have just said that and stopped talking. I rambled a lot, but if you ever been on my reactions for music, like 21 Pilots or anyone else, you know that sometimes I ramble a lot when I like it. So I like it. Here we are. My throat is gone. I still got 4 other videos to make. Fuck me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you on every video I'm doing next. Later, guys.